Oh, is 5,000 ringgit salary still enough to live in KL? Oh, this is an interesting video. I do want to check this one out. You want to know what's interesting?
Kalau dah
I went to KL like quite some times, and every time I go to KL, I will always go ride a Grab, and I will ask Grab how they live their life, right? I always spend their time. I spend that time whenever I go to. It's actually great, actually. By the way, like interacting with the some of the Grab drivers, they're all so good people. And I know some commonality between all of them, but some of them also recommend me to actually like I asked them what's the recommended salary to live in KL. They said barely reaching to the point that like you're still struggling but you're still barely living is like minimum 3,000 ringgit, 3,000 ringgit, just to be safe, just a little bit living, but there's not a lot of extra money for coming in for you. I can definitely say that, god fucking damn it, that sounds so bad. 3,000 ringgit is bad.
do you think 5K salary in KL is enough?
To be honest, from my point of view, I don't think so.
Macam single
The first girl says she doesn't think so. I don't know, but maybe 5,000 could be enough for me. Sounds so bad, brother. That's hell of a fucking bad. I know. I'm not trying to be exaggerated by it, but like I'm just trying to tell you. But also 5K. I'm just saying 5K. Saying it's not enough. I want to know what you guys doing with that 5K, dude.
macam saya cukup je kot. So
Cukup
far kalau
je
untuk
kot.
individu cukup je, tapi kalau dah berkahwin, itu tak cukup aku untuk
Oh, yeah. I think once you marry, that would actually you needed a lot more money to put into, especially with the kids and everything. Yeah, I can get that.
5,000.
I think it's not enough.
Cukup kalau kita pandai berjimat.
Family.
He said that it's enough if you are actually clever how to spend your money. I think you can like 5,000 5,000 ringgit. It depends on where you are, because like I've heard like in KL, right, when you're trying to rent a room, right? This is just a room, by the way, not rent an apartment. When you rent a room, it costs 800 ringgit, approximately like around $200 a month. Just a room doesn't include the bill for the water, doesn't include the bill for the electricity. You don't even know what the transportation is gonna cost. Hell, the jams and the oils prices over there is also kind of crazy as well. It's crazy.
Family, you guys rasa yang macam ada anak 2 orang ke 3 orang cukup ke RM5,000 kat KL ni? Tak cukup. Saya rasa tak cukup sebab KL ni bilik sewa pun 500, apatah lagi
Where do you find a 500? I've seen so many 800s.
rumah. So macam mahal jugalah dengan ada anak kan sekolah ke apa lagi,
Yeah.
macam expenses tu memang perlukan banyak.
Yeah,
So 5,000 tak cukup lah. Sebab biasalah kalau
I
ada
don't know. Like 5,000. Well, if you have a family, I can understand that, but if you're living alone, 5,000 is probably enough for you.
anak ke, ada pendapatan perumahan ke, so macam 5,000 depends lah.
She said that like if you have a child and you have like a house that you're actually living in, like 5,000 is technically not enough in KL, which totally understandable.
Cukup ke tak cukup tu terpulang aku rasanya.
Because the rental here is quite
Oh, wait, I should really put the auto translate for you guys.
pricey, and the food
Tu terpulang aku rasanya.
because the rental here is quite pricey, and the food here, the living here cost is actually quite pricey here. So I don't think so.
It's not quite. It is. It is very pricey. I think like the sad part about like the living in KL is like there's not a lot of mama store. There is some good mama store, but even the mama store are not very safe because they're also very expensive and they're trying to have a live costs. They're trying to live, and it's sad. It's so sad.
If you have a car, you have to pay. Then the loan is quite heavy lah.
Yeah.
Saya student, bilik sewa tu dalam 500 je macam tu. And then nanti kalau nak pergi kelas semua public transport ada RM50 sebulan. So sangat cukup lah. Makanan pun dah lebih daripada cukup dah RM5,000 tu. So untuk student dah tak ada apa-apa maintenance yang perlu dibayar sangat lah.
Mind you, mind you, so far we only get the people who do not have the 5,000 ringgit salary. They're just assuming that it's not enough for them, even though they don't have the work that can provide themselves with that kind of salary yet. Like it's just assumption so far. When you look at this dude, you seem to have some money on you.
Untuk individu cukup. Saya kata tadi perlu lebih banyak berjimat
Yes.
dan tidak ada banyak komitmen sebenarnya.
Yes.
I know your biggest expenses maybe like house or like phone bills or maybe like car.
I don't really have bigger expenses for now because I live under my parents. So based on my parents' point of view, I think I would say car and houses are the.
Saya punya biggest expenses sekarang ni lebih kepada prepaid, lebih kepada persiapan diri dan sebagainya. Sebab saya sekarang ni hidup bujang dengan family. Jadi mungkin ada sedikit sebanyak duit yang diberikan kepada keluarga. Tidak ada komitmen yang melibatkan rumah, kereta dan motor setakat ni. Lebih kepada minyak dan sebagainya.
That is tough. That is tough, dude. Living in a big city like KL is really tough, especially like when you're trying to make a life out of it. I did say before that I was thinking of like moving to KL, and now I'm thinking maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. We should never go to KL. Let's not move to KL, guys. You know, that's just not there. You know, like the cost of living is very much a lot over there. I thought I was actually smart enough to actually at least be conservative with like what I'm paying for, but the problem is that like I don't even know what's my qualification to even get the salary gonna be like. That's the sad part. That's insane. And that's even worse because like I know like people who work cafes or like food and beverages category are also not making enough money for themselves, even though they have to work 12 hours a day for busting their ass off, by the way. It's crazy because like they have to work in KL constantly being busy because it's a big city. It's a big city. No matter which cafe you are, it's going to have a bunch of people coming in. Who the hell wants to move there? I don't. I kind of want to. It's a big city that I would love to actually put myself into it, but because like I grew up since I was a kid, right? But now I'm thinking like, the money is flying by so quickly, so better not do that.
Kereta lah. Tapi kereta pun berapa je. Tak sampai pun sampai 1,000. Around dalam 500 yang tu.
Yeah. It depends on what car though.
Coffee.
Oh, mind you, you also have to understand, like, even if you pay monthly for the car loan, you also still have to pay for, like, the maintenance, you have to pay for the insurance, you also have to actually, yeah, you need to actually be prepared with all this money ahead of time if you have all those commitment, because one way or another, you're living in a big city, a lot of things will happen to you. Like, in the big city, nothing is technically safe. Like for example, like an accident or something like something like a natural disaster can happen. You know, that kind of shit.
I didn't really go to count it, but actually sometimes I will spend maybe one bottle a day lah. So maybe 10 a day. Yeah.
Kalau saya kereta lah. Kereta sebulan 600.
Kalau saya handphone, sebab handphone tu pun saya perlukan untuk kerja part time. So dalam makan ribu jugalah aku duit macam tu.
Like we can spend with 5K.
To be honest, maybe let's just say if the rental for these houses and all is around like 2.5 over here, like even simple as condominiums, and maybe we can manage the money.
2.5? Like, is it living alone? Because like, I'm pretty sure you can still rent like an apartment like around 1.7K, 1.2K, like around 1.5K, around that kind of area. It depends on which part of KL you're living, you know? But like, correct me if I'm wrong. Is 2.5K like a baseline for renting an apartment or something? I don't know.
This rental payment or like for simple food
Excuse
for
me.
the day or something like that. More than that, I don't think so. It's applicable to use. Yeah.
A car, food. Yeah,
Why
and
can't you just interview people who really have the ability to have 5,000 ringgit salary? Why are you asking all these people who don't have that? Like I'm not shit talking about them. I get that. Like I can understand, in their own perspective, they can make their own calculation very easily. But like, it wouldn't be more beneficial for you to actually interview people who has that ability to provide themselves. I don't, I don't know, man. It's weird.
maybe some. I did buy some flower thing here, so maybe I think I will spend on it. Yeah,
Uh huh.
and drinks, coffee because I'm a coffee lover. Yeah, I think that's.
Saya rasa beli shopping je kot. Bayar kereta
You
ke
see,
rumah.
like at that point, like you have 5,000 ringgit, and you're saying it's not enough, and then you're saying shit about like buying coffee, going shopping, and then like buying a phone and that kind of stuff. I don't know, maybe because you want to actually have a phone for yourself or as a part timer. I just feel like all these people were just like thinking like 5,000 is not the word of like barely enough. It's about like they need the 5,000 ringgit to actually, get all the things not for necessity, but for luxurious stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like 3,000 is probably enough for you to live, but you want the extra 2,000. You want to actually like buy some phones, buy some handbag, go shopping, buy some expensive food. Instead of like doing meal preps, you could just go outside and eat more foods outside. Which I can get that. I can understand that to some degree that people don't have the time to make their own food. But for a lot of God, dude. Probably because those people still working, breaking their back off instead of walking around. Fair enough. That could be it.
Ke cukup je 5,000. Ha.
If you say so, 5K is not enough. How much do you think is enough to live in KL? Like how much salary do you think is
Girl,
enough?
I swear to God, if you say 8K, I'm about to fucking lose it.
Maybe 6K.
Oh, get your ass out of here. Get your ass out of here. 6K.
6K. Yeah, 6K.
Dude,
Untuk
I'm not gonna lie. Having 6K to just live barely enough in KL, that doesn't sound good. I don't think that's true too. Move out, yeah, 6K? 6K. How do you find a job that can provide you 6K, bro? What job can give you 6K? If you're like unless like you actually have like some kind of master degree or like some kind of like higher education to even to even have that luxurious, you know? Dude, not even engineers have that payment, dude. That's crazy. Not all engineers. I'm saying like some engineers don't have that payment. That's crazy. I have a friend who's like working in engineering studies. 3,000, 3,000. He was able to actually live there very well. Yeah, well, my friend who actually works there, like in the engineering section. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, but like if you're watching this video, I hope you're smiling over there, taking care of yourself, man. But at the same time, I know you're living just fine, I guess, barely. I don't know. But like, yeah, move out. Yeah, I think that like 6K, you gotta move out.
keluarga bergantung kepada kita punya berapa orang tanggungan.
Uh
Mungkin
huh.
kalau kita ada seorang anak ataupun dua orang anak,
Uh huh.
jadi dia bergantung. Mungkin kalau satu family, kalau dua orang anak mungkin 10,000 ke 15,000 sebulan.
That's 10,000 and 50,000 a month. Ooh, boy, do I have news for you. Not a lot of people have that ability to make that much money, dude. Jeez, 10 to 50,000. That's like some rich level shit, dude. That's beheaded shit. My sister have it, and she's not living in KL. Really? Wait, your sister has PhD? Damn.
RM6,000 ke atas kot. Ha.
6,000.
Bagi saya yang betul-betul selesa, yang kata tak perlu fikir tentang kewangan tu mungkin dalam 7,000, 8,000 mungkin. Saya tak pasti
Oh, so you don't want to think about the money. Okay, yeah. But again, 7 to 8,000, that's a lot of money.
sangat.
To live in KL for me, I think around 8K at least. Yeah.
Oh! Dude, all these people don't even have that experience to actually have a 5K salary, man. Dude, I go off to ask like some of the like people. Some of those people that I ask, right? They have families. They have 5 kids, 3 kids. They have lived with their own like with their own mom. They can actually live off just fine with 3K. But the problem is that like they living under someone's roof, they already pay off the money for that house, that kind of stuff. So like if I have to take a guess, how much salary do you need? 5K is already good. 5K is already good. You have to be smart. You have to see a bunch of resources what they can provide you with. Probably 3.5K is already good by itself. That's crazy, dude. Let me see the comment section. Most of the responded most are probably single and unmarried. Only the guy that was interviewed gave realistic answers. Lol. Yeah. Yeah, the guy who was actually being single, I actually respect the hell out of his own perspective, because like being in a married life does require a lot of money. So for one part of it, I can understand where he's talking about, and he said that like for 5,000 for individually, it's enough. I agree with him. I agree with him. If it goes solo, it will be just enough and meet the needs only. Not no ones is allowed. For 5K, that's insane though. Maybe 1 to 2K for rent, 1K for car/bike, 1K for makan. 1K for makan? I'm pretty sure you can make like for makan for like 300 ringgit as long you don't eat outside. Like I can spend 300 ringgit for 1 month, dude. But I have to cook, of course. I have to cook. I can make simple food for myself. Just eggs, chicken, or maybe fish, and then like some breads, and then like if you want some, get some veggies for yourself. Of course, you can get butter and oil. Yeah, that's not really too bad, in my opinion. That's not too bad. You all are earning 5K, meanwhile me earning lower than that. Yeah, like I said, not everyone can get 5K, dude. Holy shit. Like 5K is still a lot. It still required a huge of properties to actually, you know, get into that salary. There's another part. There's another part actually. 1 month ago. When was this video released? 2 months ago. Do I want to watch another video? Maybe. What do you guys think, chat? What do you guys think about this video? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it wasn't good enough of a video, because I feel like the video was not actually interviewing to the right people. Even if you're working 2 jobs, you're not getting 5K per month. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think everyone can actually get 5K. I don't think that 5K is essentially like the biggest number that you need to essentially live in KL. But at the same time, not everyone can get that to get that salary, and it depends on how you live.